We're recording our final tutoring session together. This is Ashley. Wave hi. Ashley's a fourth grader that I've been working with in this case study, and we have been working with fluency to build vocabulary and to build comprehension. She is a smart girl. We've just got to work on being a fluent reader. We've also worked on vocabulary background knowledge to build connection with text. So this is our final tutoring session. So ready?
Yes.
Okay. So we are working with a passage today that's over the American Revolution. That's what they've been studying in social studies in fourth grade. That's the unit that they're working on. So the first thing we're going to do is use our Lyrics to Learn that we've been working with Fluency. Lyrics to Learn is a great website. So this is her, third time with this passage. So I'm going to turn on, well, I was going to turn on Screencast-O-Matic, but we recorded her first run through with Fluency or Lyrics to Learn. So I'll embed that in our reflection. All right, so we're going to do day 2. What Lyrics to Learn does is they see the same passage 3 times, and then they're asked extension questions. But it goes through and it highlights the words for her as she reads along. So those highlighted yellow words show her where they're at, or where the rap is at. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Day 2, where we increase brain size as we verbalize.
This is her third time seeing this passage.
3 times. Get fluid with this one.
I'm going to turn it down so they can hear you on the video.
In 1778, United States, the Brits were the owners of the USA. These British folks were raising taxes like a fad, and pretty soon our people got mad. It was unfair because they had no say. They wrote on their leaders so we had to stay. Men who eventually signed, but one in particular wrote the lines. His name was Thomas Jefferson, founding father. Not yet a president, but the millennium author. He made such a sense and eased our fears. He became president in a few more years. Thatcher was tall, you might say lanky. He was speaking, he was quite frankly. Color than you know it's standard. He did big things to develop our land. He was a thinker, philosopher, his thoughts were grand. An inventor, scholar, and an excellent writer. He didn't use his fist, he was a mind fighter. He learned many languages, a total of 5. He traveled everywhere to strengthen our ties. He used great explorers like Lewis and Clark, who canoed great rivers. For freedom in mind and soul, he stood in its enemy for human control. He believed in liberty, the right to choose. His words were power that he seldom lose. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. That's what it's all about, our independence.
Right, hit pause.
Thomas Jefferson.
Okay.
Develop your mind.
Okay, so that's actually her third time seeing that passage. We previewed the passage together. She heard me read it out loud as a model read, and then she has used the Lyrics to Learn. This is her second time using that passage on Lyrics to Learn. All right, so we worked with our fluency. So your passage, Ashley, that you're about to read, the content is, the theme of the passage is the Revolutionary War. So what I'm going to do, I want you to create a semantic map. And what a semantic map does is it helps you to hone in on your background knowledge. So what do you know about the Revolutionary War? So, because it's going to and ultimately help you connect to the text, and that's going to help your comprehension when we read it, okay? So what you're going to do, and I'm going to record this on Screencast-O-Matic so that we can later fit it into the reflection so all the friends in our class can see. But here's your main topic is the Revolutionary War, and then you're going to add boxes around the main box with anything that you know about the Revolutionary War. If you know dates or people or events and I know that you've studied this at school, so you've got more background knowledge on it than, say, if we had done this before you actually studied the topic at school. But you're going to add a box, you click this down arrow, and you click insert topic. Okay? So you'll do the same thing over there, just insert topic. And you can insert as many, you double click on it and that's how you type on it. Okay? So let me turn on Screencast-O-Matic so we can record your semantic map. So again, we're accessing background knowledge.
So we just like write stuff that we know.
You do?
Can we write Thomas Jefferson?
Of course.
Like
Thomas.
the people we know? Like
Yeah, anything that you know about. All right. So you'll start typing in this box. All right, so she's got Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, and this is your favorite subject too, right? Well, I mean, you told me math is your favorite subject. Oh, Patrick Henry. Yeah. Give me liberty or give me death, right? Okay. Okay, and then you'll click that down arrow. There we go. Insert topic. Okay. This is cool, isn't it?
I like this.
Uh-oh. Double click. There you go. Let's work on this for just a few more minutes.
Okay.
So maybe include 3 more things in your semantic map.
Okay.
Ideally, I would give you, this would be like an opening activity that we would do. Dates or events. Keep going. You're not testing. Keep going. This is your semantic. Yeah, absolutely. You can add on that side too. Oh. Whoa, what did we do? I think let's hit that one. What did we do? There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Uh-oh, but it took out that one.
Shoot.
Okay, add that one again. You're in the video. Sorry about that. That's my daughter. Go.
Can I do one more?
Absolutely. That's really cool. north. So that way it'll be even. 4 on one side, 4 on the other. Oh yeah. Benedict Arnold, this infamous traitor in all of U.S. history. Okay, so again, what this has done, our semantic map, it's going to help you because you've made connections to this topic. So as we read this passage, this article about the Revolutionary War, you already have some background knowledge about this. So you showed me that in this semantic map that you just built. So there's our passage.
Mhm.
I'm going to go back and turn off our Screencast-O-Matic. Come on. Okay. All right. So again, why don't you note some things while I'm getting this labeled, some stuff that you put into your semantic map.
Where do I put it?
No, why don't you just say, what are some things that you put into your semantic map, Ashley?
I put George Washington. I put Benedict Arnold, Tea Act, Stamp Act, Patrick Henry, Proclamation of 1763, and
So you've got a good bit of background knowledge on this topic. All right, here we go. So this article that we're going to read is called Colonization and Revolutionary War. It's on a 4th grade level. So it's a nonfiction passage, and Ashley has shown interest in nonfiction texts because she likes history. She likes nonfiction work, right, Ashley?
yes, ma'am.
So, all right. So what I want to do with this first paragraph, I'm going to model it, and then we're going to choral read it together. Okay? Just with the first paragraph itself.
So you read it first?
I'm going to read it first. As the colonies took root, they grew used to mostly governing themselves. Great Britain decided it wanted more control. It began to force new taxes on the colonists. What are taxes? Do you know?
Bill?
Well, I pay taxes. The colonists pay taxes on things like
No taxation without.
that's yes. So you made that connection. So it would be like if I gave you.
Like.
So okay, when I taught 4th grade social studies, I would give my students 15 M&Ms or Skittles, and I would take 2 away
for like the
because
water.
that's your tax on your desk. Yes, I would take two more away because that's the tax on the paper you're using in my classroom.
Oh, so like.
So it's money that they have to pay. It's taken away from them for certain things. Okay? So it began to force new taxes on the colonists. They wanted to raise money from the goods they were shipping to the colonies. In 1764, the British Parliament passed the Sugar Act to raise the tax on sugar. So they had to pay even more
yeah,
taxes
like
on.
molasses,
That's right.
because they couldn't make tea without sugar.
That's right. Or it'd be yucky, right? The next
Yeah.
year, the British Parliament. What's a British Parliament?
Like the people who make the laws.
Yes. Do we have a parliament in the United States?
Yes.
We do? We
No,
have a king?
we don't.
No, we don't. We have a president. We have branches of government. The next year, the British Parliament passed the Stamp Act. Colonists now had to pay taxes for newspapers, marriage licenses, and all other legal documents.
Playing cards.
Yes. playing cards.
Yeah.
That's wild, isn't it?
Mhm.
All right, so I modeled, we're going to read together choral read. Remember when we choral read, we work on our fluency, just as when you sing as a chorus, you sing with inflection.
I sing it?
No, silly, we're going to read with inflection. Okay, ready? Ready, go. As the colonies took root, they grew used to mostly governing themselves. Great Britain decided it wanted more control. It began to force new taxes on the colonists. They wanted to raise money from the goods they were shipping to the colonies. In 1764, the British Parliament passed the Sugar Act to raise the tax on sugar. The next year, the British Parliament passed the Stamp Act. Colonists now had to pay taxes for newspapers, marriage licenses,
and other legal documents.
all other legal documents. Very good. All right. What I want you to do, I want you to read the rest of that
Everyone of them?
passage. So you've got some lengthier. I want to get you down to the word formed. And then I'm going to ask you some meaningful questions, some
Can I
hows
start?
and whens and whys.
Okay.
Okay? So
Am I
many
allowed
colonists
to use the text to answer questions?
as text evidence, maybe? Of course, you can go back and refer, but we might do some. Okay, so let me ask you though. If it says colonists now had to pay taxes for newspapers, marriage licenses, playing cards, and other legal documents, let's make some inferences. Do you think that the colonists are going to grow angry over this taxation?
Yes.
You do. Would you be angry over
Yes.
this taxation? This extra money that you
I
have to
would
pay?
want to pay money for buying copy paper. Or not
Extra
buying.
money, right?
Yeah.
And where did the money go?
Oh,
To the
towards
British.
the French and Indian. No.
Well, and helped to pay for the war, exactly. So the colonists were upset because they were paying for this war of this governing body that wasn't even in the New World yet, right? Because British or the Parliament's still over in Great Britain.
Mhm.
All right, go.
Many colonists were angered by these taxes. They hadn't agreed to them and felt they were illegal and unfair. Each new tax led to a bigger protest on the part of these colonists. Besides taxes, many colonists were also unhappy about some of the rules British were forcing on them. In 1765, the British Parliament passed the Quartering Act. The act stated that colonists had to agree to give British troops food and let them stay in their homes. Colonists who were unhappy with how the British were treating them decided to fight back peacefully.
Ah, okay. Read that paragraph to yourself. Okay. So one thing that we've been working on, and we're going to tell them this because we're recording it. One thing we've been working on is when Ashley reads in her head, she will often miss words and the comprehension is not as strong. So that's why we've really been working on fluency, which will strengthen the comprehension when she reads aloud and will also strengthen when she reads in her head. So like that paragraph you just read kind of quickly. So let's go back and make sure that you comprehended what you read. So this is our 5th time working on skills like this. So let's see. All right, the representatives agreed to boycott British goods. What does that mean? If you're going to boycott something, what does that mean?
Like argue against protest.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Exactly.
like
All right, what were the Sons of Liberty, according to that passage?
a secret organization of colonists in favor of liberty.
Very good. And the Sons of Liberty were also responsible for the Boston Tea Party.